What's good, everybody? So I'm scrolling on Twitter, taking in some post Saints game content, if you will, and I see Nick say that there is some stuff in this one that you need to see, and he is referring to this video from New Orleans Football. And yeah, he's right. So if you haven't got a chance, go ahead and watch this entire video. But there's a part at the end in particular that I think that we need to react to here. And that part I'm referring to is Saints defensive lineman Colin Saunders. I thought he had some really interesting words to say. And in my opinion, this is as close as you can get to calling out a coaching staff or a coach without actually doing it. But let's have a listen to what he has to say.
I don't think it's any one thing specific. I think that, we just gotta kind of pre-plan for what they're gonna do a little better, because once we.
So right there, he says he feels like they need to pre-plan for what the opposing team is going to do better, meaning game plan better, scout what the other team does well better so that the defense can be better prepared to defend it.
See it a few times, we see what our defense is capable of, and or our team is capable of, not even just defense. So I think it's just having the looks scouted a little a little stronger, and then that way that we can start off faster and then continue to do what we already have been doing for to finish the game.
In the law.
So right there, he basically says he feels like we need to have the opposing team scouted better to be better prepared for them. Basically meaning better game plans for the teams you're playing. So that right there from Colin Saunders, I am glad somebody, said it. Like I said, this is as close as you can come to calling out, preparations from a coaching staff without actually saying the exact words. He says that look, once we figure the offense that we're playing out, we play pretty well, which was, for the most part the case today against the Lions. After the first debacle that was the first quarter, Saints defense started to play pretty well. So to me, like, I mentioned Nick said that there's some stuff in here you needed to see. This is huge, right? This is a player basically saying he doesn't feel like they are being prepared well enough to be successful, if you will. So I thought that was really, really interesting that Colin Saunders, a guy who, a Super Bowl winning player, won Super Bowl on the Chiefs, had a bunch of success on the Chiefs. He knows what it takes to win. And for him to come here in his first year as the Saints and have to say that in the locker room after a tough loss, that speaks a lot to me. It speaks a lot to Dennis Allen's leadership, right? And his coaching. We know Dennis Allen can coach a defense, but there's a difference, obviously, in being just a defensive coordinator and then being a head coach, right? And especially a defensive coordinator or a head coach that also calls the defense, right? Is he being able to prepare the defense to the best of his abilities as a coordinator while also handling the head coaching duties? It doesn't seem like that's the case, right? And I mean, you see it right there. He Colin Saunders just says he does not feel like they're getting prepared appropriately. So I thought that was really, really interesting to hear a player. And like I said, as close as you can get to calling a coach out or a coaching staff out without actually doing it. So that's all. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace.